Hey traders, Mike Katz here coming to you with today's trader takeaways. And the market had a pretty strong day. Volume was okay, nothing great, but there was quite a bit in play that was pretty good to trade. So let's look at the SPYs real quick. We could see that we broke this descending trend line, and we still have this one. If we extend that to the right, we're getting pretty close, but it looks like, I believe it was what, last Friday, Thursday or Friday, on this big hammer day, we had a lot of volume, big anomaly. We went below 260 and came right back above, and we closed unchanged. And next day we had a strong day, flagged sideways for a couple of small days, and now we went up again. So 270 is important, and we'll see if we get above there. Some of the swing longs I've been having on have been working, so that's kind of information that the market's getting a little bit better. Tech was acting better recently, where there were some of the leading candidates to the downside for a while. That's acting better. And still a lot of macro news out there, but it seems like the market is starting to drift up again, and we'll see if we get any follow through. So let's close this out. Today, main focus for me was HTZ. It was day 2, and you might say, why was your main focus? Well, it was SSR. It was down big yesterday, and it closed weak. It closed weak on the dead lows at $18, and I thought that if we opened slightly green, we could get another push through lows, and the next level should be around 17, right there, 17, and I was even thinking maybe 16, but 17 is all we got. And if we look at my executions today, it was just really comfortable. Even though I was trading big, I felt comfortable because I was on the right side of the trade. The chart was clean. I started in right on the open, and when it started working, I added more, let it work, let it do its thing. When it started putting in lower highs and wedging, and it looked like it was going to continue to the downside. Remember, the big trend is to the downside from yesterday. Then I got more size here, more size, got bigger, came down here, bounced, but it was a small bounce, and got some more. When we broke below, I got some more, and it just kept getting bigger and bigger. And then I started trailing a small part of the position just to see, and when it popped up a few cents, that took me out for a little bit, but right away it comes back down, and I was in good shape. I figured, if this is all I could put together, this lift, after all of this, then there's a lot more downside. And that's exactly what happened. It got rejected right away, and was able to basically allow this thing to keep working. It was just very comfortable. When we got down here near $17, I took some off. When it bounced, I wanted to see how it would bounce, whether it would be a sharp V bottom, retracing a lot, or if it was going to just roll over. And basically, it looked like it was just a small bounce, not a lot. So I got bigger and bigger here also whenever it started working, and then just started scaling my way out of it here and here and here and here. And by this time, I was flat right here. And then the rest of the day, I was scalping it small, really small, nowhere near the size I had over here. I could have been done with it, but I was just trading it small just to get a feel for whether or not I wanted to get another push into it. Here I thought maybe we could potentially get another big drop and go to 16, and when we didn't, I basically worked my way out of that position. But overall, this was a fantastic trade, and because it was so liquid, because the quote was so big, because the range was so large, for a $17 stock to move $2, that's huge. And to do it on volume with liquidity, that's fantastic. So this was a really good one. And what else? Blink. I was in BLNK. BLNK today was day 3. Day 1 was a big pop, squeezed a lot of people. Day 2, today was day 3. And on the way up, basically, the stock was it's not a great stock, right? It's like I like to call him, piece of crap. Um, and here it trapped a lot of shorts on day one because it gave a lot of fakes, a lot of head fakes right here, especially when it went down and looked like it was going to close weak and then grind back for the close. A lot of people got stuck short. You can see the volume profile here. A lot of shares changed hands. And yesterday, same thing. And on the tape, I've been seeing a buyer, buy, a view up type of buyer that's over a few days, not necessarily one price, one trade. And I don't know why they're buying, but they've been clearly on the right side of this and pushing it up. And today, basically, there was a drop to, pre-market. And last night it went to 7, opened weak and dropped to 5. And I was really very careful wanting to short this because of the volume profile, the fact that we're above these big volume nodes. Basically, everybody who traded that, if you're long, you're happy. If you're short, you're not. And I wanted to avoid getting caught up in this if it was going to rip up again. But because it was day 3, I was very careful in it. And let's look at the 1 minute. And on this drop to 5, I noticed that right here there was a big bidder that came in at 501, I believe it was, and basically was bidding for about 50K. Now let's bring up BLNK here. He was bidding for 50K, and it was enough to hold the stock up, especially if that buyer was still around, especially if everything we just mentioned, the shorts are unhappy. So basically I was just trying to lean on that and saying, all right, if there's a buyer here, I'll buy 2. And if the buyer goes away, then I can get out, risking, probably a nickel or so. If he gets hit, I can hit him and lower and get out. Otherwise, I'll trade on the long side. And that's what I did. I bought some here and sold on a pop. Sold more here. Then when I came back down, I saw he was still there, bought more, sold again on the pop, and the second time around I had bought a lot more, and I was able to basically scale out. And the good thing also is that this, for a stock like this, it still had a lot of volume. I think we did about 12 million shares today or so. Last time I looked, it was like 9-10 million. And the liquidity was there, and this might not look like much, but from 5 to 540, 530, that's almost 10%. That's 8%, 6%. That's big moves, and to be able to do that with decent sized positions, that's great. And looks like right now, I didn't trade it the rest of the way except here. I took some short overnight swing, and it looks like that's dropping, so I'm gonna head back to my desk real fast, see if there's an offering or something, and probably cover some or be ready to cover some. So that's looking good. And then DCIX was another one. I'll wrap this one up quickly so I get back to my desk. DCIX was a complete turd, just runs from way back. And let's see, where's DCIX on here? Bam, right there. Former runner, the crazy one, obviously, that went to $27. And now today just gaps up here, goes up, gets rejected by $3 a few times, does the over under, but every time he would make a lower high. And I was able to basically trade this one and short cover, short here, press it, thinking that this trend line here that broke, there was going to be more room to the downside. Didn't really materialize right away, and this looked like a trap here at 260 when it went below and higher. And here also I saw buyers on the tape, kind of remind me of that BLNK. So I started covering back and working my way out of it. I think I lost a little bit on this trade here, and then when it popped here I got bigger and basically was trading versus $3 and covered some here, covered a little early, quarter here, regretted it because it got stuffed pretty hard and went to $2, and then the rest I covered when it went down here and close to $2. So this was also a nice one. So overall, really good trades, stock selective, stock specific. Market is looking like it's curling up a little bit, and see if there's any continuation there. And you know, Wednesday, happy Wednesday, happy hump day. And again, the weather is gorgeous. Gonna get out of here, go enjoy beer in the backyard and do some homework. So thank you guys for watching. Mike Katz, 7 Points Capital with today's trader takeaways.